Hey guys, it's your girl Mel coming to you real quick. Welcome to Can We Talk Podcast. I got a few quick little encouraging words that I need to share with you. Get up, go, and grow. Listen, I think a lot of times we are still waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity to be the perfect person. None of these things actually exist. There will never be a perfect opportunity. There will never be a perfect time. You will never be the perfect person. What it is the people who actually have those opportunities that seem perfect are the ones that are actually willing to go out there to create those opportunities. So I'm here to encourage you just like I have to continue to encourage myself. There is no perfect time. There is no perfect setup. I know a lot of people like to think that there's all these perfect systems and there's this blueprint in place. But I'm going to tell you something. 13 years ago, I started a company called The Brownie Factory. Okay, 13 years ago, I didn't know a thing about running a business. Not a thing. When I say not a thing did I know. Also, 13 years ago, the internet was not as popping as it is today. Okay, yeah, we had the internet, but Google was not as popping. YouTube was not as popping. Okay, you couldn't just Google a how-to video. You couldn't just Google a what's the next step. What I did was I got up and I said, how am I going to get the word out? I went to Staples, printed out some flyers, created a little flyer in my Word doc, right? And I started going door to door and I started introducing myself. And then eventually I started to add an extra little cookie or a little brownie. At the time, it was only brownies. And I started adding an extra brownie just to introduce my business. And before you knew it, I mean, quite literally, within months of my very first year of having my business, I got my brownies in an organic grocery store. Everybody would have told me that that's not possible. You got to do it this way in order for it to get done. It's not true. I am literally a living witness, a living representation that can tell you this right now. The Brownie Factory is the Brownie Factory because I got up and I started. I don't know the scripture firsthand, but you guys know what I'm about to say, which is, faith is the things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I might be saying that a little bit off, but I think you get it. The point is this. I had to take steps to walk by faith until I saw it. I didn't see the Brownie Factory until I saw it. Yes, I had an image in my mind. Yes, I had ideas. Yes, I had recipes and I had all of these grand ideas and dreams, but I didn't see it until I saw it, right? I am encouraging y'all right now. Listen, if you have a dream, if you have an idea and you can see it in your mind, but you don't have it in your hand just yet, you don't see the evidence of it just yet. If it's here, then that means it can literally be here. When I say this literally, I mean this literally. Okay? So stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting to always get somebody's stamp of approval. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's just not going to happen. And I know that we like to believe that there's all of these structures and systems in place to keep things in order. And maybe that's true. But when it comes to creation, I tell you this, maybe it's a risk, but would you say it's worth it? I would say it's worth it because you never know what's to come. You don't know if it's going to work or not unless you work it. You don't know if it's going to fail or not unless you try, unless you actually go do it. Actually, I want to take the word try out because I'm going to take that out. Unless you actually get up and do, you will never know. You will never know. So I don't want to be long-winded. I think I got my point across. Listen, when I tell you there is never going to be a perfect time. There is never going to be a perfect setup, perfect opportunity, perfect person, perfect situation. Never. You have to create those opportunities. You have to create those situations. You are a creator. We were literally made in the image and likeness of the Creator. When he says image and likeness, I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine. When I say revelation hit, she said, wait a minute. Made in the image and likeness of the Creator. What does that mean? What does that mean? That literally means we were carbon copies of the absolute original copy. Do you get that? Carbon copies. What is a carbon copy? I mean, literally, it is a It's a copy. Made in the image and likeness of the Creator. Boom. He said, here you go. I placed everything in your hand to make yourself prosperous. Everywhere your feet shall tread, you have dominion. Be mindful of your words, because words have creative power. You can either speak life or death. Which one do you choose? God is literally telling us what it is. And it's up to us to get up and actually get that thing done. Point blank, period. As somebody say, point blank and a period. Okay? So I hope that this encourages you. I am a living witness. Let me tell you something. Some of the best recipes that I have right now that are attached to the Brownie Factory that people rave about to this day, and I haven't even produced them lately, okay? Some of the absolute best recipes that actually came out of my company or came for my company came out of being down and out. Came out of having nothing. Literally, my salmon quinoa burgers, that is 24 grams of protein, came out of having nothing in my refrigerator. Do you understand? There will never be a perfect... I'm about to get excited. I'm trying to stay calm. There will never be a perfect opportunity. Ever. I don't care what nobody tells you. I don't care if somebody says, well, you have to have this in place. Now listen. Do I want to encourage you to use wisdom? Absolutely. You want to, because God says build with one hand, sword in the other, right? So you got to build, but don't be out here fully ignorant, okay? Now I will tell you this. When I started my business, like I said, I would actually classify as ignorant. I had no knowledge whatsoever, but I was willing to start. And we have to understand the strength of faith. The power of faith. And I had my spiritual mentor who said this to me, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. It might even have been a year ago. I don't know. My timing might be off. But she said, you have to understand, when you step out on faith, your faith opens up heaven's storehouse. Do you understand? God said to me, God gave me this piece. He said, your faith is your currency. So how you get something, how you paid for something, if you paid for it in faith, then you got to keep the faith to maintain it. God let me know that in a little minor nugget, because that's how I got one of my first apartments that actually gave me the space for me and my children. It was a brand new apartment, and I had enough faith. I did not have enough money in my bank account. Let's be clear. But it didn't matter, because in my mind, I said, God already told me it was mine. And I put my feet on the ground. Do you understand? I put my hand to the door. I claimed it. Because God said, wherever my feet shall tread. Yup. I'm excited myself. I'm about to start crying. I'm about to get it together. I'm not going to be up here crying. Whew. Listen. When I say I mean this thing, I mean this thing. And I'm saying it because somebody needs to be encouraged. Somebody needs to know, get up off your behind. Stop thinking that you're going to have a perfect setup, because you're not. Stop thinking that it's always going to look a certain way, because it's not. This can go even to the whole relationship connection. People always think that it's going to come a certain way. People always think that it's going to come in a certain package. Who told you that? Who told you that? My blessings came in ways I would have never imagined them to come. Every single blessing. My business started, let me tell you, my business started from a dream, because I was a single mother with a 5-month-old who was in and out of the hospital. And I prayed and I said, God, what do you want me to do? Because literally every other day I could not go to work because I was rushing to pick her up from the emergency room. 5 months. 5 months. You hear? And God said, this is what you're going to do. And he gave me a recipe in my dreams, literally floating on a piece of paper. And when I tell you that recipe is what started the Brownie Factory, I woke up that morning, baked the recipe. It was the very first thing I ever baked from scratch. And it was a brownie. And God said, you're going to call this the Brownie Factory, and this is what you're going to do. There will never be a perfect opportunity. I was struggling to pay my rent. I had a 5-month-old baby. I did not know what I was going to do. And God said, this is what you're going to do. So, you get it. I got stories for days, but I'm not going to stay up here too much longer. I love you guys. I'm sharing this because I know it to be true for myself, and I know it to be real. Stop getting caught up with what you see on Instagram. Stop getting caught up in these snapshots and these moments of all these people that you follow, thinking that their lives must be better than yours. They are human just like you. They feel just like you. They have emotion. They have traumas. They have challenges. They have insecurities. They have pitfalls. They have failures just like you. And just like how you could take a snapshot of that perfect eyebrow, that perfect lash, that perfect fit, they do the same thing. Get up. Start now. Jump. Go and grow. That is the only way you are going to get there. I love you guys. I truly do. I'm sharing this nugget. I just got out of the gym, and before I came on this camera, I said, let me put some eyebrows on real quick. These are mine, but I like to highlight the edges, just to make sure that they're good. But either way, I love you guys. I truly do. I appreciate you. I value you like nobody's business. And this is why I'm telling you this. So enjoy your day. Happy day to you. And I will talk to y'all soon. I love you. Bye.